And the entire, all of nature is embedded with these codes of sacred geometry and electromagnetic life force that is radiating throughout all of nature. The brain itself, full of light emanating into the human body. Here you see a galaxy at the top where the two plumes opposite of each other are energy plumes coming from the galactic sun. This is a galaxy on its side right here, the Milky Way galaxy. We're about right here, planet Earth. This is the central sun right here. And you can see the two plumes of energy that many scientists consider to be dark energy. Down here, you see a cell division. This is a cell dividing itself into two symmetrical parts. And once again, you can see that the structure of the mathematics of the universe are embedded not only in the galactical level, but all the way down to the cellular level and even beyond that. In fact, it's embedded even on the subatomic atomic level. This is a hydrogen atom taken at different angles, and you can see that it has a cloud function. These are called electron clouds, and you can see the symmetry is absolutely identical to not only the subatomic quantum atomic level, but also going up to the galactical level, cellular level, all the way up to the most biggest scale in the galaxy. So this is inherently embedded throughout all of nature. And why it's not common knowledge is beyond me. There is a conspiracy, and this is fact, that this technology and information is being suppressed by the powers that were. You can call them the Illuminati, whatever you want to call them, because they don't want this information to come out. Because if this information comes out about how you can take control over the destiny of your health and your body, then you literally unlock the powers of the universe right through the human body, right through the soul, living a full, vibrant, sick-free life. And imagine that. Never having to lose anybody of cancer. Never ever having to live in a world where disease exists. Tell me how many psychological constructs would crumble knowing that we actually live in a universe that would sustain us in abundance, sustain us in health, without having to exist with a disease. This is the torus structure of the galaxy, of a galaxy. The light emanating here from the center creates a bubble of magnetic energy that kind of protects itself while interacting with surrounding galaxies. You can see the same mathematical phi spiral here in a sunflower. This right here is a hurricane. You can see the mathematical spiral as well here. This is I think it's like a cactus plant or something like that. It has the same mathematical spiral emanating from that. And right here is a galaxy again. So you can see that this mathematical symmetry is embedded throughout all of nature. And the reason why I'm showing you all of this is because when I met the man who had the cancer, he had stage 4 or 5. It was the last one. And to me remembering when I walked into the hospital at 22, I was so naive to chemotherapy. I was so naive to what death looked like. I didn't know that there were stages of cancer. I didn't know that some people get it and they look normal. And then there's some people who are in the last stages and they look like they're about to die. This man looked like he was about to die. He was 30 years old, but he looked like he was 90. And I was showing him all this stuff. And this is an intuition that I had at 22. And I thought at the time that I could make a business out of this and become super successful. In fact, I thought my destiny was to cure the world. Little did I know that I was going to meet a wall of resistance. The wall of resistance came not just from the corporate state and the governmental state who tries and manipulate us with lies and falsities, but it actually came from the people. There is many people who rejected this common knowledge, this common sense knowledge of the structure of space time and mathematics that exists throughout all of nature. I got more rejection from everyday people than I ever did from the powers that think they are. And that is what was most upsetting. So I started to realize that my destiny was not to be some medicine man healing people of sickness. I was going to be a renegade. I was going to be a rebel. I was going to be someone who would have to find another way to get this information across. And that's why I'm presenting it through YouTube. How brilliant, because this channel is a channel that you can watch by choice. If you don't want to watch it, you just change the channel. It's like having your own channel. If you don't agree with what I'm saying, then you can easily change the channel. But this common sense knowledge that I'm trying to share with the world is so apparently obvious that I just can't stress it enough for those of you who are suffering from cancer, those of you who are suffering from disease and sickness, that the answer is right in front of your face. How do you connect with that in your heart, in your mind, to really get to a place where you can cure your cancer? I'm making this video about cancer. I'm interweaving it with all my years of knowledge and study and intuitive common sense. And yes, I have cured cancer. And I'm going to say the word cure. Ain't nobody coming after me. I cured cancer. And this is the concepts that allowed me to cure it. And just to show you all these pictures, to show you that the mathematics are embedded in perfection in nature. Just look at this snowflake, this gorgeous snowflake. So beautiful, so perfect, so intricate, so delicate. You don't want to destroy it. You want to save it. You want to look at it and observe it. But you can see the mathematical structures embedded within this single water droplet that turned into a snowflake. It's almost like being in love with a woman who you just have to be in awe of, respect, and give the space necessary to grow. And you have to love it. What can you do? Find a way to love it without destroying it, because it's so delicate that you don't want to. You just want to preserve its beauty in the state that it's in and never tarnish it in any way and never hurt it. It's pretty much like love right there. And you can see that it is embedded throughout all of nature. So, talking about the guy who had the cancer, he was in his last stages. And when I walked into the hospital, I was showing all of this stuff to this man who was 30 years old. He looked like he was 90. I was naive to what a human being looks like in the last stages. He had plastic covering everything. There was a plastic tarp curtain that was all the way around his bed. He had bruises up and down his body from them not being able to find the veins to give him injections. He had a white, crusty fuzz flaking off of his body from head to toe. He had no hair. His eyes were sunken in. He literally looked like he was 90 years old. And I was shocked because he looked like death. I couldn't even fathom that he